Hello and welcome back to the World of Warcraft Legion beta. Today we will be doing the Elemental Shaman spec and checking out the new abilities that we have, the talents, and first and foremost though we will be checking out the artifact scenario and our class hall. So if you do have something that you are looking for in particular, you can go ahead and jump to that. I'll have annotations in the description so you can go and find something specific in the video. Alright, let's get started. I skipped all the opening quests and the scenarios so we could get right here to Dalaran. It's good to see you on your feet. The members of the Council of Six are recuperating from their ordeal. The intensity of the teleportation spell can be disorienting. It seems you lost consciousness for a time, but at least you didn't awaken to find yourself stuck in a wall. Dalaran has been relocated to the Broken Isles. From here, we will spearhead the effort to acquire the Pillars of Creation and drive the Legion from Azeroth once and for all. And we get our Dalaran Hearthstone, basically our new Garrison Hearthstone, and Tome of the Tranquil Mind, which you can use to respec your talents, whether you're out in the open world, in a dungeon, or in a raid, as long as you are not in combat. Okay, let us run around. As you can see, we have a quest right here. This is a Ring Unbroken. This is where we'll meet up with Thrall.
I have an urgent message.
Our defeat at the Broken Shore was decisive. The Burning Legion has a foothold on Azeroth, and the best of our armies are retreating in tatters. The Elders of the Earthen Ring have called an emergency council near the heart of our world, the Maelstrom. Your triumphs throughout Azeroth and Draenor are the stuff of legend. We need you more than ever. Join me at the Maelstrom. Stormcaller Milra will be flying there shortly. Find her at Krasus' Landing here in
We
Dalaran.
must not lose hope.
So we'll head to Krasus' Landing and get started. This will send us to where our class order hall will be. We won't see that until probably halfway through the video, though. We won't see it in full.
Over here, Shaman! We've no time to lose!
Alright, let's hop on and head to the Maelstrom.
It's a massacre out there. All around the world, our forces fall back. Unless we find a way to turn this around, Azeroth will fall. The greatest shaman in the world are gathering below. What's left of them, that is.
Okay, now we are right where our class order hall is going to be. It's going to be down there, back there. We're not going to get back there yet, just yet. But this is the beginning of
We need weapons capable of overcoming the Legion.
We'll speak with Numundu. I do want to mention before I start this, as you can see, there is a new resource for Elemental Shaman. We don't have mana, we have Maelstrom. Maelstrom is used to use Earth Shock, Earthquake Totem, things of that nature. So we generate Maelstrom and then we spend it. So we don't have mana anymore. Our abilities just have cooldowns. And these will deal damage based on how much Maelstrom you use. Alright.
I will do my best to guide you.
Greetings, I am pleased you received Thrall's summons. You can see there are no factions here. We are all that remain of the Earthen Ring, and we must struggle together or surely we will perish alone. Survivors continue to make their way here from the four corners of Azeroth. See that their wounds are tended to. They need hope if they are to rejoin the fight. You must inspire them.
With faith, there is a way. There are ancient safeguards here.
What
We
kind of
must
shaman
use
can't light a fire?
Shush, you! This would be
The Legion
Let me hands
destroys us
be
in the
shaken.
open fields. Even Thunderbluff isn't safe from the Infernals.
This thing has sat useless for 10,000 years.
Do you see? It's working. This world will fight for itself if we give it the tools to do so.
Oh, and then we gotta head over here.
Help her! She's fading fast! Thank you, Shaman!
The Highlands are completely overrun. The clan is scattered.
Look out!
They followed us here.
I knew your crap bird was too slow. My bird would have been quick if she wasn't hauling your fat off.
We can fight this, but we must work together.
Wild Hammer! I don't have a target.
Insects crawled. Take to your knees, and my master may yet be merciful. Your master has not won yet.
Wild Hammer!
Wild Hammer!
Hear my call.
As you can see, we do quite a bit of damage if we have a lot of
Are
maelstrom
you
build
the
up.
so-called world shaman?
Hit here.
Ah,
Boom.
you fight like a crippled bird.
It's just a matter, I think,
Over
of getting
here,
used to it.
Shaman. Take up my spear.
And this
The
is-
winds will guide your strike.
This is my first time using the Elemental Shaman, so bear with me if I'm not perfect at this. I'm learning as I go here.
It is ready. Everyone, focus on the pillar, quickly. You will die. Your precious earthen ring will shatter. Your world will succumb. The Legion will...
The Legion will... Indeed. They definitely will... And you saw Thrall's dumbass threw Dumbhammer down into the hole.
I always knew this
Thank
day
you. You
would
saved
come.
me. You saved us all. I was outmatched. My relationship with the elements have changed since the events on Draenor. I have some soul searching to do. You must carry the Earthen Ring forward without me. You are the leader they need. Nabundo is right. Conventional tactics will not work against the Legion. The Broken Shore taught us that. We must scour the world for weapons to use against the Legion. The Doomhammer is missing and must be recovered. Reghar and Aranak have some other ideas as well. Whatever our course, we must act quickly. Speak with me to go over your options, but the final decision is yours.
Fight on!
This is our UI to pick what artifact weapon we will be obtaining at the very beginning of the expansion. You do have the opportunity, I believe, at 103 and 110 to go back and get the other two, so if you decide whatever you pick at first is not for you, you can keep it and eventually go back and switch specs. Let's say you pick enhancement, you're not really loving it, you decide you want to go elemental. At 103 you'll be able to come to your class hall, pick up the quest, and then go after that. But for the purposes of this, we're going after the elemental weapon, the Fist of Ra-Den, and its offhand shield, the High Keeper's Ward. And you can see they're at item level 750. All the items are item level 750 to start. The Gladiator Reghar knows a powerful weapon that may aid us against the Legion. After the Pandaren campaign, the weapons of the storm god Ra-Den were discovered beneath the Throne of Thunder. They were placed in the care of the White Tiger, who will give them only to the one who is worthy. Reghar will help you prove your worth. So, let's get
This is our
this started.
darkest hour.
A good choice. There is no time to lose. Let us begin.
Rhaegar has a plan. Speak with him. He's good to have at your back in a fight. We all have to pull together in this.
You saved us all, my friend. Truly, you embody all the elements stand for. If the Earthen Ring is to prevail, we will need weapons of great power. I know where to find some. After the Pandaren campaign, the weapons of the storm god Ra-Den were discovered beneath the Throne of Thunder. None have been able to wield them, so great is their power. They were placed in the care of the White Tiger, who will give them only to one who is worthy. Come, travel with me to Pandaria, and we will prove your worth.
Come with me. We will fly straight to Pandaria.
Let's head there then right now. While we're doing that, I am going to talk about the passives that we have. We have Reincarnation, which can only trigger once every 30 minutes still. We have Elemental Overload, your Lightning Bolt, Ice Fury, and it's gone. We'll talk about it in just a second. Hopefully there's no RP when we first load in. Wow. I'm sorry about that. I was trying to fit that in without it being later on so you could understand a little bit better. Your Lightning Bolt, Ice Fury, Chain Lightning, and Lava Burst casts have a 34% chance to trigger a second cast on the same target for 75% of normal damage and Maelstrom generation. We have Lava Surge. Your Flame Shock damage over time has a 10% chance to reset the remaining cooldown on Lava Burst and cause your next Lava Burst to be instant. Elemental Fury, your damaging critical strikes deal 250% damage instead of the usual 200%. And we have Elemental Focus. Your direct damage spell critical strikes increase the damage and healing of your next 2 spells by 10%. So those are our normal passives now. What you can see here is Zwen the White Tiger.
Yes.
Welcome, Shaman. You seek the weapons of the storm god Ra-Den? Many have traveled here to Pandaria, but none have proven themselves worthy. The Thunder King conquered Pandaria using power stolen from the Titan Keeper Ra, known as Ra-Den in the Mogu tongue. If you truly seek to wield the relics of the High Keeper, seek out his ancient edicts among the ruins in the heart of the Mogu Empire. The Edict of Stone, the Edict of Fire, and the Edict of Storm. These pieces of the Codex are scattered amongst the Guolai halls in the Vale of Eternal Blossoms, one in each wing. Enter the... well, I'm not going to read this part, but...
Good travels.
Okay, so we need to travel to the Guolai halls, which I believe is where a lot of the treasure of potion finding? The potion of treasure finding. Jesus Christ, that took me a lot. Hey, there's a Shah of Anger. We can go get him out. I wonder if we could actually solo him. I'm not going to try right now. Or maybe we should. No. No, we're not going to. Sorry, I'm a little bit tired. It is very early in the morning for me, as you can see. It is 4:30 a.m. I'm trying to get these Shaman videos out this morning. So they can be seen. I know that the patch is the pre-patch where all this kind of information on abilities and such is going to come out soon on the live server, so I wanted to get it out before then. So I'm up a little bit early, but here we go. This is where we used to do a lot of farming to get gold and to get the... Wow, this is super bright when you're flying in here. But this is where the mountain used to be that you could farm for. Here it is. Alani. Okay. Oh, all the rares are up. We should start farming. Here we go. There is the Guolai Halls. Let us head inside.
Few mortals know the history of High Keeper Ra, his mastery over the elemental planes, and his relation to the Mogu Empire. If you seek to wield the weapons of a Storm Lord, venture within and learn of his deeds and his unmaking.
you saw there, we had to move him into the pool here
I need a target.
so that he would not be able to heal up
Together
from
with the
fire.
Titan Forge sorceress Helia, High Keeper Ra created 4 elemental realms in which to imprison the wayward elemental lords.
I need more mana.
He embedded the key to these realms into his shield, the High Keeper's Ward. Ra walked among the elemental planes as both their jailer and master.
If here's something might be, let me try something right here. We're going to reload really quickly. Apparently we do have mana. There it is. Okay, so it was broken. We do have mana. I know I stated earlier we don't have mana. I could have sworn that I did see a mana bar the other day when I first made this character. And there it is. We do have mana still. Mana is used for your heals. And for like your cleanses and stuff like that. Yeah, we do have mana. I thought so. But we also have Maelstrom now. So I thought that was gone. I thought maybe they changed it. They just put out a patch here, I don't know, a couple hours ago. I'm guessing this other piece, the Edict of the Storm, is under the ground, down in the bottom. So. I'm liking Elemental so far. It does quite a bit of damage. It's super interesting. I like the interaction now with the Maelstrom.
I need to target something
rather
first.
than casting all of my normal spells with mana. You know, you heal yourself. Oh god, you heal yourself with mana, and then kind of use your other abilities as you please. Well, apparently Hex doesn't work on these guys. I can see maybe getting a little overwhelmed or a little overzealous pulling too many things, but I think a more experienced Elemental Shaman, especially, I do want to point out, I am in 680 gear. This is a template character, so if you're wondering why. Okay. If you're wondering why I'm not dealing a butt-ton of damage, if you will, it's because I'm not in like raiding gear from Warlords of
I'm
Draenor,
out of range.
or hell, even Tannen gear. So, just wanted to point that out to you. In case you were wondering, you'll probably, if you're an Elemental Shaman in decent gear, you'll probably be dealing a hell of a lot more damage than I am. But, this isn't bad. This really isn't bad. Whee! Oh, we got
I
another.
don't have a target.
Never mind. Oh, we got a friend down here. Hello. This is the Edict of Stone. I'm guessing this person may have just died.
When it came time to war against the Black Empire, High Keeper Ra created an army of stone to do his bidding. These creatures were called the Mogu, and they called their god Ra-Den, or Master Ra. The Mogu proved to be Ra-Den's undoing. Many ages later, corrupted by the curse of flesh, and led by Lei Shen, the Thunder King, the High Keeper was overthrown. I need to target something first.
The burst is absolutely incredible here on this new Elemental Shaman. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. This gives me a good feeling that Shamans are going to be having a blast. So you keep saying to go down. I'm wondering if I have to... Oh, I have to click on the door. I'm dumb. Okay, well, we're here now. Let's just try and not stand on any of the shit. But this gives me a good feeling that they're doing a pretty decent job. I mean, some of the specs I've done so far, I'm not particularly fond of. Not in Shaman in particular, but there have been a few specs where I was like, I don't know, this doesn't feel as good as it used to. But Shadow Priest and Elemental Shaman have felt amazing so far, and especially this Elemental Shaman dealing massive amounts of damage. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. I'm a damn star. Don't you know? Okay, and we'll head down and get our last edict from Thunder Serpent Nalakra.
Ages long past, before the era of the mortal races, High Keeper Ra reigned over southern Kalimdor. The Titan Aman'Thul bestowed upon the High Keeper a fist of light, a claw forged in the heavens that spoke the language of storms and placed the power of lightning within Ra's clenched fist.
Okay, so it kind of doesn't tell us where we're supposed to go now. I'm assuming we're heading back to the temple. That's what I'm assuming. I don't know if we're doing the right thing. Hopefully we are. Yep. Let's hope. Get off me. Don't touch me. Get hexed. Or don't. Whatever.
Shaman, the Thunder King took up the weapons of Ra-Den, but he could not wield them. Lei Shen could match the High Keeper's storm and fury, but not his mastery over the elements themselves. Perhaps you have that power. Your companion waits for you. Return to me at my temple. We shall see if you can succeed where the Thunder King failed.
Well, that's pretty cool. That little imagery right there.
What do you ask of me?
I've been asking around. The Pandaren locals are terrified of this place. It's been haunted since the end of Hellscream's Pandaren campaign. Did you find an offering for the White Tiger? The Tiger is serious about this, isn't he? While you were here, others came to the Temple of the White Tiger to present their offerings to him. It looks like we're going to have some competition. The White Tiger has prepared a series of challenges for everyone who wants to possess the weapons of the storm. Now you know of their power. These are the very artifacts that Raden himself wielded during the Age of the Titans. Come, I have led arena teams to victory across 3 continents. With me in your quarter, you cannot lose. Okay.
No one fights alone.
Well, let's go to the
Ancestors watch over.
Temple of the White Tiger again. And do some PvP / PvE. Oh, get out of here. Touch me. Don't touch me. I wonder what our damage looks like against level 92. Oh, well, I'm only level 100. I'm not 110. That's actually a good point. I was going to hit the Shaw of Anger earlier, but I'm not 110, so I don't think this counts as legacy content at the moment. So I wouldn't have hit him for very much. But I do believe he'll be soloable, along with, like, Nalak and the one in the field with the farm. I don't remember what that zone is called, but I do believe these will be soloable at 110. Should be, at least. That's how it's been every... If you go 2 expansions back, you're able... That's considered legacy content. But, okay, let's get back here and see what the hell we're supposed to do. I'm assuming we're going to do some, like, flavor, PvP, PvE crap against some NPCs, and we'll get our artifact weapons and have a chance to actually check them out.
This way, friend. The weapons of
I
the
will
storm
coach you
god.
through the trials as
Step
best I
forward,
can.
Shaman.
Storm
me
Stout,
your strength.
you seek the weapons of the storm as well?
I do. Storm, earth, fire. That's kind of my thing.
Your reputation precedes you, Shaman. I am told you're at the front lines of the Broken Shore. You more than any other, know what our world is up against. If you seek the weapons once possessed by Raden, the Keeper of Storms, know that many have tried to wield their power and none have succeeded. You will face a series of challenges, but make no mistake, the weapons themselves will be the most dangerous test of all. Do you wish to continue?
Many seek the artifacts of the Keeper of Storms. None have passed the trials. Come and be judged.
You're in good hands, friend. Did I mention I trained King Rin for the arena?
Looks like we'll have Chen Storm Stout along with us.
The first trial is a test of strength. Only one of you may pass. Speak with me to begin. Welcome.
Alright.
I have
Guessing we're
bested
ready
the
to fight.
Kraken. I have slain giants. You are nothing. This Vrykul is all talk. Use his strength against him.
Incredible form. A fighter in perfect harmony with the elements.
You almost got this, champion.
So it seems he takes a lot more damage when he gets bigger. Yeah, he takes 300% increase, so you just gotta wait him out and walk around. This is pretty easy. Just don't get hit by his super slow attacks. And boom.
Yield. This isn't
Simple enough.
over, Shaman. Someday we will meet on a true field of battle.
The Shaman has triumphed. The first trial is complete. A true hero never fights alone. The next trial is a test of teamwork. You must choose a partner.
I will be the second for my champion. Who will we fight?
I believe I am next.
Storm Stout? Ha! I've been waiting for a chance to get you into the arena. Take you down a peg or two.
Is that so? We shall see who the real hero of the storm is around here. But first, I need a partner.
Ready for adventure.
Oh no, Lily. I do not think...
This is gonna be great. What's up?
Oh lord, I'm gonna beat up a kid.
Yes.
Okay.
Remember, only through teamwork will you triumph. 3, 2, 1, fight.
Ignore your pride. Take out the Pandaran girl first.
Let's roll. Fast, Orc, but not fast enough.
You've bitten off more than you can chew, Pandaran. And that's a lot. Focus on the healer.
Lily, look out! Let's roll.
Yeah. That barrel and this cloud serpent do a lot.
These guys don't play nice.
Let's roll.
Ow.
Let's roll.
Right, you can't interrupt him when he does that let's roll crap.
You have bested me.
Congratulations, hero. The second challenge is complete. You have proven your worth, champion. You are ready for the final trial, which none have passed. The tools of the Keeper of Storms are so powerful, even the Thunder King himself dared not wield them. The Fist of Raden is your final challenge. If you can wield it and live, the weapon is yours to command.
Okay, so let's go pick up our weapons.
I believe in you, Shaman.
I'll be honest, those things scare me.
I don't know quite what we're about to do with these, but we'll find out.
Yo! Watch it!
Focus, champion.
Maybe we should do this outdoors.
Stay focused, champion. You were born to command these elements. You can do this.
Something is wrong. Someone is here.
The Legion is attacking.
Oh boy.
Leave the mortals alive. We must find the weapons of the so-called storm from your corpse.
That's a lot of talking. Is that what it says with like being schizophrenic is like?
I need a target.
I hate that ability. That's really... That's one of the ones that just gets me every time. So you saw we did get the ability that the weapon gives us called the Stormkeeper. Raises the Fist of Raden to the sky and absorbs all electric energy, causing your next 3 casts of Lightning Bolt or Chain Lightning to deal 200% increased damage. Pretty cool, really useful.
Phew, that feels much better. Let me at him.
You have let
I don't have a target.
I will feast on your soul after my triumph here.
Let's roll.
My master will possess the power of the storm.
110,000 damage.
Saved us.
Lightning Bolt.
The elements walk in harmony with this one. I've not seen a better shaman since I fought alongside Thrall himself.
Shaman, no further trials are required. The weapons of the Keeper of Storms have found their new master. Go forth, champion of the Earthen Ring, with my blessing. Azeroth is under siege, and heroes like you must rise to the challenge.
I guess that's all the RP. So what we'll do now is, you can see we have the Astral Gate to the Maelstrom. We will take this, head back to our class order hall, and finish up the quest line. We arrive and speak with Reghar.
I fought with the best.
You really are the chosen one. I will gladly lay down my life for you. Wherever you take the Earthen Ring, I will follow.
I will fight to my last breath.
I was born
Speak
to
with
fly.
Nabundo and take your place around the circle. The Earthen Ring will rise again with you as its leader. Within these stones stands the legendary Heart of Azeroth, which we can use as a base of operations. Perhaps the power of your artifact can unseal the hidden chambers.
We stand at the precipice of oblivion, but we do not stand alone. Come forward, Shaman. Do not give up. Take your place among the circle, Farseer. The Earthen Ring is forged anew, and with it, we rekindle hope for this world. You are the chosen defender of Azeroth. May your wisdom guide this circle to victory. And may the power of the weapon you wield crush those who would bring chaos to this land.
Step this way, Farseer. The Torrent tell of hidden chambers below that may serve as a base of operations.
As you can see, Thrall, of course, is missing, as he always is. He's off pondering his thoughts as the world is being destroyed. And this is our class order hall. Right down here, very plain in design. I mean, it's very Shaman-y. The Earthen Ring rises once more to defend Azeroth. You will be our Farseer, and we will be your instruments. Only by working together can we preserve our world. We are yours to command, Farseer.
We must never forget.
Can you feel it, Shaman? Here in the heart of Azeroth, where earth, wind, and waves clash together, as if one can speak directly with the world. The artifact you wield houses great power, but even greater potential. Carry it below and seek out the ancient elemental altar overlooking the fury of the Maelstrom. From there, you can commune with Azeroth and imbue your artifact with even greater abilities. Do so and then share with me what you have learned. So
The elements will never forsake
we'll head
us.
down. I do want to point out, as you can see, when you are in your class hall, you will get this at the top, this little piece of UI, Heart of Azeroth. You can see we have order resources. These are basically your garrison resources. They're used on class order hall missions. They're also used on class hall upgrades. Unfortunately, I cannot show you that because the vendor for that, or the NPC for that, is not available to us right yet. You have to do some questing before they kind of give that to you. What those are for is to give you certain perks, like the ability to have a chance at an upgrade. When you are leveling and you're getting your quest, you might get a piece of epic gear instead of a blue or instead of a green. It has a chance to roll like that. You also have a chance to, you'll also have one where you can get one extra seal, or one of your seals per week rather, for use in raids to get an extra bonus roll. They're also, the most important ones are at 110. They take anywhere from 7 to 14 days to complete. So when you are leveling and you get to 110, make sure you're keeping on top of that, because if you plan on raiding, you're going to want the final upgrade, which is to wield 2 of these. These are the legendary items that we're able to obtain through getting them in the world. You can also, I believe, buy them on the auction house. So if you get super lucky, you'll be able to sell one of these if you're getting a whole bunch of them. As you can see, this one in particular, actually all of them are 895, but this one in particular, Earthshock, has a 50% chance based on Maelstrom spent to cause your next Earthquake totem to be free and deal 100% increased damage. So these all have equip bonuses that are super powerful. You're going to want 2 of these. It'll increase your DPS by a lot, it'll increase your item level by a lot, and you'll have no problems finding a decent raid to go through with. Okay, now that we've talked about that, there are a few other things in the class order hall that I would like to talk about. Unfortunately, they don't unlock till later in the leveling process. I'm not going to talk too much about them, but I will let you know that you do have champion followers, just like we did in the garrison. They will unlock as you're going through your questing, and certain ones you'll get later on through your class order hall campaign. There are 2 to 3 bodyguards that you'll be able to take with you out into the open world. They will not follow you into dungeons or raids. These are super useful. They will be used while you're doing your world quests, which are your dailies, where you can have a chance to obtain very, very high item level gear, also order resources, gold, and reputation. So always have one of those. As soon as you see one, you'll have a UI where you can click on, whoever your bodyguards are. I don't know who the Shaman ones are, but I would assume you'll have flavor characters like the Demon Hunter did. So you can even possibly have this gentleman here, Farseer Drekthar, might be one who follows you in the world and helps you do your quests. So keep that in mind. Make sure you always have one with you, unless you absolutely need to send him on a mission, which can net you something like progression through your class order hall campaign, or some random extra artifact power, and other little knickknacks and things like that. So keep that in mind, and some of the other things in your order hall will be spoon-fed to you through quests, so you won't have to worry about that. Okay, here is the Ancient Elemental Altar. When we click on this, the UI for our weapons will show up. This is the Fist of Raden. We talked about this ability that was given to us just by equipping the item, and that led to Surge of Power, which is a 1-rank passive, increasing the damage dealt by our Lightning Bolt by 15%. As you can see, though, that costs 100 artifact power, and Blizzard gave us 100 artifact power for the purposes of the tutorial. So we'll go ahead and boom, click on that, and that opens the rest of our traits. As you can see, there are 3 golden portrait traits that we are able to come to. Eventually you'll be able to get all 3. They are super powerful, and we'll get to them in just a moment. We'll go all the way around and get to those. As you can see here, these are the ones that are connected to, so these are the ones that we can go to next. They each have 3 ranks. Each rank will cost 300 artifact power. It may change before they go live, and it may cost 300, and then the second rank might cost 350 or 400, I don't know. Not quite sure on that. Firestorm, we have 3-rank passive, increasing damage dealt by Flame Shock by 10%. Also, this increase of 10% will be for each rank. So this at 3 ranks, by the way, I'm not going to read them all off at max rank, so each rank would give you 10%. At 3 ranks, you'd have 30%. Electric Discharge, a 3-rank passive, increasing damage dealt by Chain Lightning by 5%. We have Master of the Elements, a 1-rank passive, increases damage dealt by Elemental Overload by 12%. We have Elementalist, a 1-rank passive. Each time you cast Lava Burst, the remaining cooldown on Fire Elemental is reduced by 2 seconds. So, this is a 5-minute cooldown. You can get that down. You saw I was spamming Lava Burst a lot. And with the instant casts, you could probably cut that down in half. Protection of the Elements, a 3-rank passive, increasing healing done by Healing Surge by 15%. Static Overload, a 1-rank passive. Chain Lightning has a 10% chance to cause Elemental Overload to trigger on every target. We have a Shamanistic Healing, a 3-rank passive. When your health drops below 35%, the Fist of Ra-Den heals you for 28,373. Can only occur once every 30 seconds. So, your weapon will essentially grant you a free, little less than a healing surge. So, basically grant you a free healing surge. And I'm sure that number will go up. That heal will go up based on how many points you have in this. And then we have Lava Imbued, a 3-rank passive, increasing damage dealt by Lava Burst by 3%. Over here we have the Ground Trembles, a 3-rank passive, increasing damage dealt by Earthquake Totem by 5%. We have Molten Blast, a 3-rank passive, increasing critical strike damage dealt by Lava Burst by 4%. And our first special trait, Power of the Maelstrom. This is a 1-rank passive. When you cast Lava Burst, you have a chance to supercharge the Fists of Ra-Den, causing your next 3 lightning bolts to trigger elemental overload an additional time. Then we have Earth and Attunement, a 3-rank passive, increasing the damage dealt by Earthshock by 4%. Leading to Volcanic Inferno, another one of our big ones. 1-rank passive, Lava Burst has a chance to open a volcanic fissure under your target, dealing 24,792 fire damage over 6 seconds to all enemies within 3 yards of the target. Over here we have Call the Thunder, a 3-rank passive, increasing nature damage you deal by 1%. Leading to Fury of the Storms, our final trait, a 1-rank passive, activating Stormkeeper, summons a powerful lightning elemental to fight by your side, for 8 seconds. And again, Stormkeeper is this ability right here that we were given when we equipped the weapon. Okay, now we've looked at our traits. You can see up here there are a few slots. This one will not, the third one will not open up until you finish your Class Order Hall campaign, which can take you a little well into 110. These two, though, you're able to put relics in as soon as you get them. They will add item levels to both your main hand and your offhand, and they will also add passive ranks to some of these abilities. So if you have, let's say, 3 of 3 protection of the elements, you could end up getting 2 from this, and this would be 5 of 3, which will also increase the, for this particular one, the healing done percentage. I do want to mention, once you put one of your relics in these slots, they're in there permanently. They do not come back out. You are able to put something in over top of it and replace it, but you can take the ones inside out. It's not really that big of a deal. It sounds like it is, but make sure as you are getting up there in 110, if there is a side grade you have gotten, make sure that's a decision you want to make, because the one inside you will not get back. Okay, now we're looking over here in the corner. You can see we have we've purchased 1 trait, which means we have 1 total rank purchased, and for every rank we purchase in these traits, we gain 0.75% stamina baseline. So this is just a little passive that you get. For healers, you also get damage done, but for damage dealers, for healers and tanks, you will get healing and stamina and damage done, and for damage dealers, we just get passive stamina. Okay, also, you can open this UI from anywhere in the world just by shift right-clicking on your weapons in your inventory. As you can see, it popped up right there. You can put the relics in your relic slots anywhere in the world, but you cannot put artifact power into your weapon, unless, of course, you are here at the Ancient Elemental Altar. But I would not suggest coming back here every single time you have just barely enough artifact power to put 1 rank into something. I would wait until you finish the zone, or you are prompted to come back here through your quests. So don't make a habit of coming back here. It's not that important. It may get a little more important once after you're 110, because these traits start becoming extremely expensive, but while you're leveling, you'll have enough to maybe buy 1 or 2, maybe even 3 full ranks. Okay, now that we have checked that out and we've talked a little bit about the class hall, we do have a few more stops to make on our journey. Before we check out our talents and abilities, we'll talk to Farseer.
I will do my best.
I sense that your work here has only begun. As you get more familiar with your artifact, you will be able to continue augmenting its power. The others are watching you carefully. You become a symbol of hope in our struggle against the Legion. We Shaman under your command will aid your efforts against the Legion. You may direct our actions from here. Seek out Advisor Seville just to the south and locate in the scouting map from which you can direct your followers. We will also indicate on your scouting map various hotspots around the Broken Isles that require your attention. Azeroth needs you, Farseer. visit the scouting map, and choose your first point of attack.
We must never
Let's see, did we get... No. Originally, you got a title based on, you know, what your spec was, so you'd be far... Shamans would all be Farseer, High Lords for the Paladins, etc., but they don't seem to have that anymore. He says, from this map, you may dispatch members of the Earthen Ring throughout the Broken Isles, lead us to victory, Farseer. So, we'll go ahead and click on the scouting map and get our UI to come up, and we'll explain some of this. As you can see, we can pick what zone we want to start in. It does not matter which zone you start in, so just pick a preference, wherever you think the lore will be the best, or whatever zone you just think looks the nicest. This is Suramar here in the middle. This is a 110 only zone, so we don't have to worry about any of this, any of these areas that do not have the exclamation points during the leveling process. So you can see we have 4 zones. They will all level with you, so it does not matter what level you are. All these zones will be the exact same level as you at all times. When you hit 101, every zone turns 101, etc., etc., all the way to 110. At 110, they become significantly more difficult, and when the world quests open, but it's not that big of a deal because it makes it a little bit more interesting. Also, if you are planning on leveling with a friend, but that friend is a little bit behind you, do not worry. As long as you are in the same phase, in the same zone, you will see the mobs, let's say, at 105, and they will see them at 103, if that's your, your particular level. So you don't have to worry too much about getting ahead of someone or getting behind someone. As long as you're in the same phase, you will see them as a certain level, they will see them as a certain level. The difficulty of the zone is the same. It doesn't matter. Okay, but for the purpose of this, we're just going to pick Stormheim. As you can see, they disappear. Eventually, you'll be prompted to come back here to set off on course to another zone. But for right now, this is where we would start. And we would head back to Nabundo.
This astral portal will return you to Dalaran whenever you wish, Farseer. I will keep it open so that you may return here anytime.
A sound decision, Farseer. Behind me, I have opened an astral portal to Dalaran to help our people move quickly between our base of operations and the Broken Isles. Step through to return to Dalaran. You may always use the portal to travel back here whenever you need to augment your artifact or command your followers. May the elements guide you, Farseer. Complete. And we would take this portal back to Dalaran to get started. In particular to Stormheim. I think they would all send you back to Dalaran at some point. Or actually, all the quests will send you back to Dalaran through this portal. There is a portal to come back here. You don't have to worry about setting a hearthstone or something like that. You'll always be able to get back here super easy just by using your Dalaran hearthstone. Okay, so one more thing we will show about the class hall before we get on to our talents and the abilities and such. And we'll talk about a little bit about the numbers, and we'll check out the animations. Is this the Earthen Ring Quartermaster?
With great care.
Let's get rid of this. As you can see, there is a set here, the Farseer set. We'll equip it here, and I'll show you how it looks on our character model, along with our weapons. Boom. It's not that great. I mean, it's okay. It's nothing fantastic. It's just a flavor set. This set does cost
Looking to buy?
500 gold right now on the Beta Realms per piece. They also have their own requirements. They all require 110, but some of them have requirements like 6 champions for your Order Hall, honored with the Night Fallen, 2 Broken Isle reputations at Revered, etc., all the way up to the to your epic pieces, which require a little bit more. Earn 100,000 artifact power. This set is great for alts. You may not be super interested in getting this for your main. You will get better gear just from doing world quests and mythics, and as soon as you get into raids, this gear will be obsolete. So if you are planning or you are a casual player, I would suggest kind of working towards these sets. These will be really good gear, and eventually you'll replace some pieces of it with world gear that are Titan forged and things like that. But for the time being, this can end up being a really great set because you can upgrade it with these right here. These items, these armor kits that cost order resources, you can upgrade your pieces all the way up to 840, so you can have a full set of 840 gear. Also on this vendor, we have some toys, some trinkets. Teaches Hex Compy, I don't know what that means, but there's some little flavor things here that you can buy as well. Okay.
Travel safe.
And like I said before, you are able at some point to come back to your class hall, and you'll be prompted to be able to pick up your other your weapons, your other artifact weapons. So if you decide, oh, elemental's not for me, I hate this crap, it's really terrible, I want to be melee, or my raid needs me as melee, we don't have room for an elemental shaman, you can come back here and pick up the weapon and start working on that. I do want to point out, though, any artifact power that you've thrown into the Fist of Raden will be in the Fist of Raden permanently. There's no way to say, oh, I've made 10,000 on this, I'll take it out and put it in my other weapon. It just doesn't work like that. But, okay, here is where our damage training dummies are. The healing training dummies are actually down far on the other side. So we'll take a look at some things here. First of all, let's take a look at our weapon, what it looks like. Pretty plain. Remember, there are transmogs, and you can transmog this to anything that you enjoy. So if there was a specific weapon you love a hell of a lot more than this, you can transmog your weapon into that as long as you've had that weapon at some point. And you can see our shield isn't really a shield as much as it is like a mini buckler on our wrist. But it does have a really cool animation. I like that. I like that it has a constant animation. Alright. Let's open up our talent tree and take a look at what Elemental has now. In the 15 tier, we have Path of Flame, a passive. Lava Burst deals 5% more damage and causes Flame Shock to spread from the target to a nearby enemy. We have Earth and Rage, another passive. Your damaging spells incite the earth around you to come to your aid for 6 seconds, repeatedly dealing 3,439 fire damage to your most recently attacked target. Then we have Totem Mastery. This has a 40-yard range, is an instant cast, and it will summon 4 totems that increase your combat capabilities for 2 minutes. We have a Resonance Totem, generating 1 Maelstrom every second. A Storm Totem, increasing the chance for Lightning Bolt and Chain Lightning to trigger Elemental Overload by 10%. The Ember Totem, increasing Flame Shock damage over time by 10%. And our Tailwind Totem, which increases our haste by 2%. In the 30 tier, we have Gust of Wind. A Gust of Wind hurls you forward. This is instant cast and on a 15-second cooldown. We have Ancestral Guidance, an instant cast on a 2-minute cooldown for the next 10 seconds. 20% of our damage and healing is converted to healing on up to 3 nearby injured party or raid members. And then the Wind Rush Totem, an instant cast 2-minute cooldown, summons a totem at the target location for 15 seconds, continuously granting all allies who pass within 10 yards 60% increased movement speed for 5 seconds. In the 45 tier, we have Lightning Surge Totem. This costs 3,200 mana, is on a 45-second cooldown, but is an instant cast. It summons a totem at the target location that gathers electrical energy from the surrounding air and then explodes after 2 seconds to stun all enemies within 8 yards for 5 seconds. We have the Earth Grab Totem, 3,200 mana, 30-second cooldown, and an instant cast. Summons a totem at the target location for 20 seconds. The totem pulses every 2 seconds, rooting all enemies within 10 yards for 5 seconds. Enemies previously rooted by the totem instead will suffer 50% movement speed reduction. And then the Voodoo Totem, which will replace Hex. This costs 3,200 mana, is an instant cast on a 30-second cooldown. It summons a totem to the target destination for 10 seconds. This totem hexes all enemies within 8 yards into frogs, which are incapacitated and unable to attack or cast spells. Damage or leaving the area will interrupt the effect. And then in the 60 tier, we have Elemental Blast, 1.78 second cast on a 12-second cooldown, harnesses the raw power of the elements, dealing 30,951 elemental damage and increasing your critical strike, mastery, and haste by 184 for 10 seconds. Ancestral Swiftness, a passive, increasing haste by 10%. And Echo of the Elements, another passive. Lava Burst now has 2 charges. Other effects that reset its remaining cooldown will instead grant 1 charge. In the 75 tier, we have Elemental Fusion. A passive. Flame Shock has a 5% increased chance to trigger Lava Surge, which is the instant Lava Burst. We have Primal Elementalist, another passive. Your Earth, Fire, and Storm elementals are drawn from Primal Elementals, 80% more powerful than regular elementals, with additional abilities, and you gain direct control over them. So basically, you'll have a pet that you can, move it around and trigger what it does. Oh, hi. Let's just move over here so we're not hearing him. Where were we? Ice Fury, a 40-yard range, a 1.78-second cast on a 30-second cooldown. This hurls frigid ice at the target, dealing 12,381 frost damage, and causing your next 4 frost shocks to deal 400% increased damage. This will also generate 24 Maelstrom. I was using this ability, but forgetting I did not read it again after I got on today, and noticed that I should have been using Frost Shock a little bit more. So that was my mistake, but Ice Fury is a nice ability. In the 90 tier, we have Elemental Mastery, an instant cast on a 20-minute cooldown. Elemental forces empower you with 25% haste for 20 seconds. We also have the Storm Elemental, which will replace our Fire Elemental. It's an instant cast on a 5-minute cooldown, calling forth a Greater Storm Elemental to hurl gusts of wind that damage the Shaman's enemies and generate Maelstrom for the Shaman for 1 minute. Then we have Aftershock, a passive. Your spells refund 25% of all Maelstrom spent on them. We're just going to switch to this so that we can see if it has a new animation. In the 100 tier, we have Ascendance, an instant cast on a 3-minute cooldown. Transform into a Flame Ascendant for 15 seconds, replacing Chain Lightning with Lava Beam, removing the cooldown on Lava Burst, and increasing the damage of Lava Burst by an amount equal to your critical strike chance. And we have Lightning Rod, another passive. Your Lightning Bolt and Chain Lightning have a 30% chance to make the primary target a Lightning Rod for 10 seconds. Lightning Rods take 30% of all damage you deal with Lightning Bolt and Chain Lightning. Okay, so I guess if there was an add heavy, I'm not quite sure what that's supposed to do. From what I'm reading, your primary target would take 30% of the damage you're dealing with your Lightning Bolt and Chain Lightning. So if I had a primary target and then I switched, I have no idea. I don't quite understand this one, so I apologize. But I really don't get what this is supposed to do. Maybe I'm just stupid. Yeah. And then we have the Liquid Magma Totem. This is an instant cast on a 1-minute cooldown. Summons a totem at the target location for 15 seconds that hurls liquid magma at a random nearby target every 9/10 of a second, dealing 2,752 fire damage to all enemies within 8 yards. We do have that, but we are going to switch to Ascendance just so we can show that off. Boom. We were using it while we were out doing our scenario. It doesn't have a crazy cool animation. It's just a bunch of like little lava jumps all over the place. It's a good spell, but I think Ascendance is probably pretty cool. Alright, so let's take a look at some of our baseline abilities. We have Ghost Wolf, always been there, always returning. We now have Earth Shock 8, which has changed. It's cost 10 to 100 Maelstrom. It is an instant cast. Instantly shocks the target with concussive force, causing up to 55,024 nature damage based on Maelstrom spent. So the amount of damage you will get from Earth Shock is based on how much Maelstrom we have stored up. And we have Astral Shift, a 1.5-minute cooldown instant cast. Shift partially into the elemental planes, taking 40% less damage for 8 seconds. This just is basically like Fade. The animation has not really changed for that. We talked about Ice Fury. Let's take a look at that ability. Kind of looks like a Frostbolt cast, and it has a little sound. Kind of sounds like an icicle falling off the roof. Pretty cool. Here's Totem Mastery. We talked about. This is what Totem Mastery looks like. It's pretty cool. I do want to point out that putting down, here's our Voodoo Totem, does not get rid of any of these. So these are not affected by any of your other totems that you take in here, which would be Voodoo, Earth Grab, Lightning Surge, Wind Rush. These do not disappear based on another totem being put down. And this guy's talking to me, Loktar. I don't know if he's I guess he's talking to me. He doesn't realize that I can't read. Unless there's someone else here that I'm not seeing. Okay, anyway. That was our Totem Mastery. As you can see, we have Earthquake Totem as well. This is cost 50 Maelstrom, has a 35-yard range, summons a totem at the target location which causes the earth within 8 yards to tremble and break, dealing 20,634 physical damage over 10 seconds and sometimes knocking down enemies. So what we're going to do is we're going to build up enough energy here. As you can see, Lightning Bolt, which we'll talk about real quick, 1.48 second cast. Deals a decent amount of damage, about 11,000. Generates 8 Maelstrom per cast. Let's go ahead and drop our totem. That is our new Earthquake totem. Pretty cool. I like the animation. I like that it's not just that bullshit on the ground that it's always been. And here's Earth Shock. Boom. So we've seen those. Heroism is still there. It's still the same. Nothing special there. Pretty cool. Fire Elemental Totem and Earth Elemental, or excuse me, Fire Elemental and Earth Elemental still exist. The Earth Elemental only lasts for 15 seconds, while the Fire Elemental will last for 1 minute. We have Elemental Mastery, which we just picked up. Let's take a look. Boom. That's what it looks like. The animation isn't any different. And we still have Purge. We also still have Wind Shear and Cleanse Spirit. We talked about the Voodoo Totem. We didn't talk about Gust of Wind. Well, we did talk about Gust of Wind. Here's what that animation looks like. Boom. Short cooldown, kind of gets you out of harm's way if you absolutely need it. I just took it so we could see the animation. We have Healing Surge. 1.34 second cast, costs 7,000 mana, and but will heal you for 32,671. As you can see, if we spam this, we will run out of mana quite quickly, so it's not a good idea to be spamming that ability. There's Ascendance. We'll check that out in a second. Thunderstorm, we still have an instant cast, 45 second cooldown. That guy's the new Lightning Bolt sounds so cool, but it's a little bit obnoxious. Calls down a bolt of lightning, dealing 3,128 nature damage to all enemies within 10 yards, reducing their movement speed by 40% for 5 seconds and knocking them away from the Shaman. We can use this while stunned. Boom. Same as it's always been. We have Lava Burst, still 1.78 second cast on an 8 second recharge. Again, I have 2 charges of this through the talents. You might have 1 depending on what talent you choose. Hurls molten lava at the target, dealing 14,445 fire damage. Lava Burst will always critically strike if the target is affected by Flame Shock, and it generates 12 Maelstrom. We talked about Lightning Bolt. Chain Lightning hurls a lightning bolt at the enemy, dealing 8,942 nature damage, and then jumping to additional nearby targets. Affects 5 total targets. This will also generate 4 Maelstrom per target, has the same cast time as Lightning Bolt. Let's take a look. Nothing really changed. I think it's a little bit bluer than it's always been, but nothing super. We have Frost Shock, which costs 0 to 20 Maelstrom. It's a 40-yard range, instant cast, chills the target with frost, causing 3,578 frost damage and reducing their movement speed by 50% for 5 seconds. The Maelstrom increases damage done and duration by up to 100%. So let's just quickly build up some of our Maelstrom here so that we can see how cool this will be. There we are. Now we'll use Ice Fury. There we go. Frost Shock deals 39,000, 35,000, 89,000, and 39,000. So we can get big damage off of our Frost Shocks with the use of Ice Fury. So if you're planning on PvPing, that might be a nice little combo that you can use. You can pretty much one-shot everybody, although everyone one-shots everyone in the PvP right now. Flame Shock is the last one we have to take a look at. 0 to 20 Maelstrom, instant cast, sears the target with fire, causing 5,503 fire damage, and then an additional 23,126 fire damage over 15 seconds. Maelstrom increases the duration up to 100%. So, let's hit one more button here, and that is Ascendance. Not really any different than it is on live. Still looks pretty cool, but let's take a look at that face. Aha! As you can see, our offhand seems to have disappeared, and it's back. I don't know if that's an oversight or something that they'll fix, but I'm going to throw that into the suggestions as soon as we're done. I turn this video off. Guys, I do want to thank you for coming out and checking out these animations, these abilities, and the scenario with me. If you did enjoy the video, please leave me a like. I do appreciate it. If you'd like to leave me a comment or you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I have no problem looking up that answer for you and trying to get that to you as fast as possible. If I cannot find that answer, I will try and find a more experienced shaman on the Beta Realms to ask a few questions to, and I'll try and get the proper information back out to you. Okay, guys, you have yourselves a wonderful day or a wonderful evening, depending on where you are in the world, and I hope to see you again in another video.